Sit comfortably, close your eyes, keep your back erect, adopt Chin Mudra. Relax yourself. Take a deep inhalation and exhale slowly and relax yourself. Go for a few more rounds. Prepare mentally. Let us chant 3 rounds of Om. Ah. 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 Namaskara Mudra. Let us chant the invocation. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shrimad Bhagavad Geeta Su Hari Om. Rub your palms, give warmth to your facial muscles. Slowly drop your hands and gently open your eyes. Namaskaram, everyone. So, welcome for this Bhagavad Gita course. So, we are continuing our Bhagavad Gita study. We have completed 12 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. 6 more chapters are left. So, we had a very long gap of this Navaratri. So, today we'll make session very lighter. Let's not start. So, we'll have some revision of the previous chapters and some Q&A. And from the next class, we will continue the 13th chapter. So, how are you all?
Good, Bhaiya.
Okay. So, what did we understand? Bhagavad Gita, the background. So, how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita?
18.
18 chapter. Okay. Madhu, what is the first chapter name? First and second chapter name? Forgot. Rima Didi, Rajkumari Didi.
First, sorry, Namaste Bhaiya. The first is Arjuna Rishad, this one. And the second one is Sankhya, Jnana
Right.
Yoga.
Correct. Yes.
And
The first chapter is called as Arjuna Vishada Yoga, and the second chapter is called as Jnana Yoga or Sankhya Yoga. So, what do we understand in the first chapter? So, here Dhritarashtra asks Arjuna about the updates about the war. Then, sorry, Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya. So, Sanjaya starts updating to Dhritarashtra. There, in this episode, we see that Duryodhana approaching Dronacharya. He approaches Dronacharya and he describes about the army and who all are present in the Pandava side. And later he also describes about his own army. Then after that he will also say that, oh, definitely we are going to win all those things. Then slowly the picture goes to Arjuna and Sri Krishna. Now Arjuna, who was preparing for the war, orders Sri Krishna to place the chariot between both army. Then what happens when Krishna takes the chariot and parks between the both the army? Then Arjuna sees who all are present on the both side. He sees his own people, his own kith and kin, friends, everybody. Then he'll be in a great shock and he enters into sorrow, Vishada. Then he starts telling, hey, what is this? All my people are present. How can I kill my own people? No, no, what am I doing? I'm doing the biggest sin. All those things he says. And he describes, oh, there is Bhishma, Dronacharya, my teacher, my friends, my well wishers, everybody is present. He says that, no, no, I don't want to war. I don't want to wage a war just because for the sake of this material world, for the sake of kingship, material pleasure, what a sin I'm going to commit. No, I'm not going to do this. This is not right to do this. Then he says, I will not fight. Later he says that I'll run from here and take sannyasa. Later, he also says, okay, I'll leave all my weapons and I'll surrender to them. Let them come kill me and take this kingdom. And he also says that we are going to commit a greatest sin by which there will be Kulakshaya, Varana Sankara, and Pitrudosha. All those things he says, like there will be women will become widows and the Kula Parampara, the family tradition will be destroyed, social order, Varna Sankara, the social order will be destroyed, and Pitru Dosha, that is, the Pitrus, the ancestors, will fail and they will curse us, and this all will happen, which will lead to the greatest hell. And he also mentions his eyes are being blurred, his body is shivering, all those things he mentions, and he says, I won't fight. That is what Arjuna says. This is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Then what happens? Then comes the next chapter, Sankhya Yoga or Jnana Yoga. So in this Sankhya Yoga or Jnana Yoga, what happens? Arjuna says, I don't want to war. Then Krishna says, hey Arjuna, do not behave like cowherd. Do not behave like a foolish. Get up and fight. It is Kshatriya's dharma to fight. Then Arjuna goes into more confusion and he said, I'm not understanding what to do. What are you saying? How can I kill these people who are worth of worshipping? No, no, this is not possible. I'm completely uh, blur. I'm completely confused. I don't know what to do. So now I'm going to surrender to you. You tell me what is right and what is wrong. That's what Arjuna says. I will become your Shishya and you are my Guru. Then Arjuna gives the Jnana Yoga. So in Jnana Yoga, what all we understand, can everybody tell two points? Samata Didi. You're not audible, Didi.
No, Bhaiya, I didn't talk. I'm
Okay.
just thinking.
Okay. Forgot. Who can tell? Uvani? Uvani, they're busy.
No, I'm here, Bhaiya, but I thought.
Okay. Rima Didi, Madhu, Rajkumari Didi, anybody can tell. Everybody forgot.
The exact
No.
point that I'm not getting.
What? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
The exact points that I'm not able to recollect.
Okay. So first, Krishna talks about the birth and death. What happens to the body goes through the process of birth and death. One goes through the childhood, adult, and old, very old, and death. Again one goes through this cycle. He talks about that. He mentions about body and the consciousness, and he also mentions about like this body is like a shirt, like how we wear and throw. So that he says, and all this what the delusion which is happening, it is due to wrong knowledge, it is due to ajnana, avidya, he says. And after he mentions about atman, the qualities of atman. Okay, he mentions about qualities of atman, and mentioning, you all remember, right? Najayate mriyate va kadachit. It is unborn, it never dies, it is eternal, it is everlasting, it is pure, it cannot be cut by weapon, burned by fire, wet by water, blown by wind. Nothing can do anything to, even though that body get destroyed, but atman will never get destroyed. That is what uh, we understood. And after explaining about atman, consciousness, krishna explains about uh, the kshatriya dharma. He reminds about his kshatriya. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Bhaiya.
I'm not able to hear you. Okay, hope you are able to hear me. Yeah. So he says, that atman, and he mentions the qualities of atman. After that he mentions about kshatriya dharma. What is kshatriya dharma? uh, why arjuna has to fight? Because he's a kshatriya, that he mentions. And later he explains about karma yoga. He talks about you have to do, and mentions the samatvam yoga uchyate, and also the yoga karmasu kaushalam, and karmanye vadikaraste. All those things he explains. And listening to this, Arjuna asks about sthita prajna. Who is that sthita prajna? How does he act? He says, and Bhagavan explains about sthita prajna, prajahati yada kaman सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येव आत्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्त दोच्यते. So he explains about who is sthita prajna. So you all remember this? Everybody remembers. So after this, what does krishna next, what are the names of next two chapters?
Karma Yoga and Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga.
Yes, karma yoga and karma jnana sannyasa yoga. Anybody remember the points? How the karma yoga starts? Arjuna asks a question. What is that question? Hey Krishna, You're telling that jnana is supreme. By telling that jnana is supreme, but you are making me to indulge in this terrific action. You said jnana is higher than karma, but now you are telling me to do the karmas, especially this terrific action. What is this? I'm not clear. Please explain me what is this. Then Krishna explains about karma yoga. The concept of karma comes. Nobody can escape from karma, even for a fraction of a second. Everybody has to perform karma. All those things we understand, and we understand about the yajna. Bhagwan explains about yajna, different types of yajna, how to perform karma. All those things he explains the concept. The karma has to be performed as a yajna. Okay. Then the fourth chapter, what he says, fourth chapter, again Bhagwan explains about karma, sannyasa, and yajna, types of different types of yajnas, all those things he explains in this chapter. After that, next two chapters name. What are the next two chapters name?
Karma
Karma
sannyasa
sannyasa yoga, dhyana
And
yoga.
karma sannyasa yoga and dhyana yoga. So in this karma sannyasa yoga, Bhagwan explains who is sannyasi. What is the real definition of sannyasi? That he explains. Sannyasi, who is not sannyasi and who is sannyasi, that we see in this chapter. And Bhagwan explains about this Srushti Krama, the creation process, that in the beginning he gave this knowledge to Surya. Surya gave this knowledge to Manu. Manu gave this knowledge to Ikshvaku. Then it was passed to Rishis, and later in that way it was passed and disappeared. Now Krishna says, I am giving this knowledge to you again. He says all this thing, and Arjuna asks, how is it possible that you are giving this knowledge? Because you are born now recently, son born very many years ago. So how is it possible? That's what he asks. And after that, next comes the Krishna explains that I know all the past, future, everything, but you know only about this life of yours. And he explains the glories. And in Dhyana Yoga, Bhagwan explains about Dhyana, how to perform Dhyana, what kind of mat has to be used, how to sit, how to do pranayama, how to do dharana, dhyana, all those things he explains. He explains the significance of this, performing this, all these things we understood in the Dhyana Yoga. Next chapter, next two chapters.
Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Uh, Akshara Brahma.
Brahma Yoga.
Akshara Brahma Yoga. So Jnana Vijnana, in the Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Bhagwan explains about Purusha and Prakriti. Okay, he says that I'm going to give you the Jnana with Vijnana. So he explains about the Vijnana, the creation process. Jnana, what is that? What is the source? Vijnana is a science, the science of this world. Okay, and Jnana is the source for this creation. So he explains about Purusha, Prakriti. Prakriti includes what all? Bhagwan mentions.
Trigunas.
Okay. Bhagavan says Prakriti includes Pancha Mahabhuta, Pancha
Pancham.
Jnanendriya,
Pancham.
Karmendriya, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara. These all are Prakriti. Okay, and the Purusha is the consciousness that he explains, and later he says he is the supreme, and how this entire creation, everything he has created, even the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, the social order, everything he mentions. Okay, and Akshara Brahma, he explains about that imperishable consciousness, which is source for everything. So that he describes, and next two chapters are 9 and 10 chapter.
Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga, and Vibhuti
Yes,
Yoga.
Rajavidya, Rajaguhya. So he explained about the Rajavidya, Rajaguhya. What is that royal secret? That is again, once again, how Ishvara is the source for everything. That is explained in this as a secret. In Vibhuti, we understood where Arjuna asked to explain his manifestation. So Bhagwan explains the different manifestation, his own manifestation in this world. And he concludes this chapter, the 10th chapter, saying that everything that which appears as a beautiful, powerful, and very charming in this world, that is his own manifestation, and everything is his own manifestation. That's what he says. Okay, and after this, what else? Next two chapters.
Uh, Vishwarupa Darshana and Bhakti Yoga.
Vishwarupa Darshana and Bhakti Yoga. Very good. Vishwarupa Darshana, we all went through Vishwarupa Darshana. What all Bhagwan showed: Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam, everything. The bow, all the dimensions of Ishvara was shown to Arjuna. Then in Bhakti Yoga, Bhagwan explains about what is Bhakti, what are the qualities of Bhaktas. Okay, that all he explains, and it is concluded. So this is a very short gist about what we have done so far. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, we will continue from the next chapter. So now, do you have any question, doubt? No, everybody has forgotten everything. That's fine. Okay, it's normal. So if you don't have anything, shall we conclude for today? Okay. So adopt Namaskara Mudra. We'll chant the closing mantra. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Namaskaram. Thank you. See you in tomorrow's session.
Thank you,
Namaskaram,
Bhaiya.
Bhaiya. Thank you.
Thank you very much.